Today, we're going to try this again. We should be playing Miles Edgeworth. Ace Attorney! Yay! Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Let's see if this actually is operating properly. Now, there we go. Yeah, one is upcoming and one is live now. That is so weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not going to fight it either. Okay. And can't tell, let's see, is it how much of a delay is it for between the two of them? Okay. Twitch just did that. And YouTube still has just like a crazy delay. So are you telling me, YouTube, you're going to fight me like the entire time unless... Oh yeah, you're still behind. Hold on. No way. Oh, you're not go- You're on normal? No! No! Why are you on normal? I think I finally figured out how to kill that delay too. But it's not. What? Okay. Alright. So here's what we're going to have to do. Yes. I'm going to have to start doing this a little differently. Okay. Well, until that day, here we go. Thank you all so much for joining. Context, trying to figure out stream life. Okay, so I don't know if you've heard this say, but you're visible to someone. Even if you feel invisible, know that someone sees you, know that someone loves you, know that someone is rooting for you. And you should like, you should share, you should subscribe, and you should comment. Why should you comment? Because the entire time we're going to be playing, there's going to be different things that we're doing. And you'll have the chance to say, hey, this is the option you should take. And you should like it because it's awesome content. And you should share so that everyone else can experience positivity. You subscribe because you'll never know when I'm going to pop up. Alright, with all of those things said, let us begin the game. Oh gosh. So when where we last left off, Invisyble was trying to figure out how to do this one. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to press each and every one of these. Until one of them makes sense. Alright. Besides, I make no promises to read all of the words, okay? Just not. There's no promise between you and me that I will read every single word. Okay, precisely in what father would ever willingly kill his own daughter? I've seen a lot of things in my travels. I can tell you that being related by blood is sometimes proof of nothing. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? You think they knew? Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lam. You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore, if you've never seen an Ace Attorney game, pay attention. You will keep up and you'll like figure it out as we go. But basically, I'm in a courtroom and there's rebuttals and contradictions and I gotta point out what's inconsistent with the facts based on what they're saying. I gotta present a piece of evidence, or sometimes no evidence. Sometimes there's no evidence. I just have to bullcrap it. Or bluff it, as the game says. Apologies. You have to bluff. One is a butler and one is the friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought that that was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course. And the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Hold it! You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? You think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were, in fact, family. Yes, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those roles well. Once you say my scenario, it's perfectly probable as well. Hold it! I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence. Am I? Because I don't see you presenting any evidence to the contrary. Without evidence, we're stuck in a stalemate. Agent Lang isn't wrong, his scenario is certainly a probable one. Better hurry up and do something or Lauren's gonna wind up looking real bad. I know, first things first, is Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct? Was the crime really committed by the two of them? By this father-daughter pair? Alright, we have pressed, and nothing has revealed itself. Therefore, we already had the answer the whole time. Let's look at the evidence. Okay, what do we got? I didn't even know we had this. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, no. Nope. Okay, what else we got? Nope. Wait. Maybe, just maybe it has to do with the fact that there are 3 and not 2. Oh, yeah. So you can see Colin Devereau's in the back. Proto Badger, yeah. Letter for Lance. I come see you again, your beloved Viola. Colin Devereaux. So gun. This is Lauren's pendant. Blanks. And was used to jam the hideout door. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to present this and see if this works. Objection! It is not the right answer. Okay? Talk to me again when you can see straight is an insane thing to say to somebody else. Alright? What about this? No. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's this. Objection! What the? I'm gonna be honest with you. I was never gonna get that answer yesterday. Like, where I was, that was never gonna happen. Ever. Okay, which of these was it? If it was that 4th one, I knew from the jump that it was the 4th one. I literally said it was this one from the very beginning. I knew for a fact it was this. I knew it was this one from the beginning. I just didn't know which evidence it was. I thought it was something related to building children. Related. Shaking my head. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And sometimes you gotta press and actually pay attention, because pressing does give you hints on what to do. So, this kidnapping wasn't planned by just 2 people alone. What kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there were 3 kidnappers. Ooh, bet you didn't know that, because you don't actually do your job. 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. And I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who was the master? Bro is sweating bullets. Look at that. That is intense sweating. I present to you... Wow! Alright, people. Comment below. Who do you think is the brains of the kidnapping? And actually, no lie, I'm willing to wait. Let me see. Go ahead and comment who you think is the brains of the kidnapping. Alright, we got Mike Meekins. We got this guy, you know, he's no longer alive. Could be him. Could be Shina or Shilong Lang. It's not Gumshoe. I'm just going to tell you it's not Gumshoe. But it could be Gumshoe. What about the father? Maybe he's pretending. What about the actual kidnapped victim? Maybe he's pretending. It's not Kay. I'm just going to tell you that now. It's not Kay and it's not Gumshoe. It's also not these 2. I'm just letting you know that now. Why am I knowing that? Because I remember. Maybe it's the girlfriend who is blaming for killing her father. It's not Emma. It's also never Oldbag. It is never this person, okay? They always get accused of murder. It's not her. The fact that her age is unknown is insane. So, we got a few options here. We got this guy, we got this guy, and this girl. You got 4 choices. And I'll wait. I'll wait a second. I'll wait about 1 more second. Any thoughts? Any thoughts on who did it? I'm watching YouTube, and YouTube's Okay, I think YouTube is officially basically more or less caught up. Alright, comments are coming in now. They're coming in. And I got a guess for the dad. Let's go.
Take that.
It is not the father. Ooh. I can think of no one else with such faulty logic as you, Mr. Prosecutor. Don't feel bad. Thinking back, there really is only one person the third kidnapper can be. Who is it? The mastermind behind it all. I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping. Alright, we got another comment. And someone saying the kidnapped.
Take that.
Ooh, a smack in the face. You're intelligent. Lance Amano? Yes, this abduction was in fact schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. You see the faces of the kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but two. One was a woman. However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction of what he said. But I know I only saw 2 people. This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them. Oh, yes. About when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? The bro tried to plead the fifth. Here we go. He was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had him shut in that room blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time he heard rain falling outside. His hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left him alone. He made his escape and ran away from that room as fast as he could. Through the underground passageway, I presume. Are you okay? Sorry, I really didn't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but now you believe me, right? No, not quite yet. How could you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes? Because he's a prosecutor, and because they're all like that. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. Yeah, Miles is about their life. Don't blame Miles. And the sticking point lends his testimony. Let's see what he offers up in the push room. Alright, congratulations everybody. We made it past that really difficult part from yesterday. And the issue is we have exactly one thing lost. But that is okay. I can live with one part lost. It's when it starts getting all the way down into the bottom that there's an issue. I could load and do it again, but I'm not going to. Why? Because that was viewer interaction. Because he blindfolded, how do you see 2 of them? That's an interesting question. If he was blindfolded, how could he have seen? That's an interesting question. It was a strange morning. I felt like I was right in the middle of a great calm. And where were you when you experienced this calm? Our family governed, of course. Where else could it have been? Well, excuse me for asking. This child is more princess than prince. I was out taking a walk to shake off the morning blah. Then out of the blue, someone from behind clamps a hand over my mouth. You didn't see your attacker? They must have used some drug to knock me out. Because before I knew it, I was off in La La Land again. When I woke up, I was in the kidnapper's hideout already, all tied up. They had me shut in that room blindfolded the entire time.
Hold it.
By that room, you mean the room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct? Yes, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I didn't know that until I made my escape. Then you were in the same room as your kidnappers. They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of their conversation. It was definitely 2 people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared. I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move. Well, that answers that question. He says he heard people. But the kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside.
Hold it.
The kidnappers disappeared. The room fell into a sudden silence. I'd been left behind like an unwanted mutt. What do you mean by an unwanted mutt? What a pointless question. It's not like he's going to tell you anything new, you know. It's poetic simile. You should learn how to use them, too. You may look refined on the outside. Ooh. But it smells good if you're not refined on the inside as well. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone.
Hold it.
Then those cuffs on your wrist, I suppose you were still cuffed in that case. I am well aware of how I am chained to reality. I couldn't find the key, so I'm afraid that I'm stuck like this. Even though I escaped from that jail cell, I will forever be a prisoner. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could.
Hold it!
That's most likely what I have to press on, actually. How'd you manage to escape? I wanted to just get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked. Oh, there it is! Which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape. I remember our escape to be equally as hard. This is an invaluable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined. The door leading outside was locked tight, so I had to use the underground passageway. Alright, people. This is definitely the issue. Now, in case you're new, we're going to go through the evidence one more time. Duh. We got... Wait, I don't even know why I clicked that. This mouse badge. We got the Gateway Land Prep Pamphlet. We got the Bad Badger Head. We got the Badger Photo Rally. Basically, there's one of each member in the park. We have the Blue Badger Bible, which tells you all about the various types of badger there are. We have, this is the room that Miles was stuck in. 4 costumes. 3 of them were used. We have the murderer victim, the butler. This is the butler's pendant. His real name is actually Colin Deveray. He's actually a criminal. And this is his dossier, saying that he's actually a criminal. We have a love letter written to the kidnapped, asking if they can see him again from the Tinder Lender Loan Company. Badger costume. The Blue Badger Mobile. Then we have this broken prop sword, which was used to jam the handle to the hideout's door. We have the missing model gun, and then we have Mrs. Pop's pendant. Okay, so this is extremely clear. So I'm just going to click it. He said the door leading out was locked, but was it really? Oops, got you. We're talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open, right? Shouldn't I? Yes, that's correct. Then take a look at this. What is that? A sword? It's not an especially reliable one if it's broken like that. Allow me to start from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by the sword, which was used to jam the handle. Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If that's the case, then why did you not just simply remove the sword and escape? Well, why didn't I? I was disoriented. Yes, that's it. Didn't notice it. As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to that door. That is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own. You've been making this guy out to be one of the kidnappers for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way. Evidence. Oh, motive. Oh no, that's easy. You honestly think that an uptight, pure boy like him would hatch up a completely pointless scheme such as kidnapping himself?
Objection!
This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit this crime. His love letter. Simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. It's hardly your typical love letter. It is, in fact, a collections bill. It appears our upstanding boy has accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance? Did his handcuffs just come off? Looked like it hard being the son of a rich man, too. Must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your own old man, huh? Alright, I give up. I abducted myself. Lance! Oh, wow, that was quick. It's over, Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. All I wanted was to go with you to a new town, somewhere where no one would know us. I wanted us to be well off with that $1 million, but now, that dream is over. Oh, Lance. Then you're giving yourself up. Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you. Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money, that's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the drop-off. When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside that room as Lolly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes to split up. Lolly left first in the Blue Badger costume. That would mean the person Officer Meekin saw was Miss Pops. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless and he tackled me pretty hard from behind. Then Oliver put on a bad badger costume, took the suitcase with $1 million and ran. Contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea that they were related, so I thought that it could only end badly. I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Agreed! This is weird. Because I'm also thinking, if it really went down like this, why did they knock Miles out in the first place? Oh, context. Commenter said, folded under so little pressure. Because if he was, I just killed my own father. Lolly, then it really was you. She's still sticking to her story that she killed this dude. That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the $1 million in it. With that bad badger pointing his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot. The other person crumpled to the ground. And I ran, scared for my life. Lolly, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you. So Miss Pops, she shot her own dad without even knowing who he really was. What she says is true. Are you saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve? You'd be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay. What's that supposed to mean? What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession once more and you'll see. Alright. Save. Save. Oh wait, what did it say? Go back. Where we at? Ladder, final confrontation. Ladder. Ah. Cool. We might be able to start the next case in this episode. Cool. That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium...
Hold it!
Please calm down and let's slowly talk through this. But all you have to do is simply tell us what happened at the stadium. Leave it to us to search out the truth. Can you do that for me? Alright, so at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling a suitcase with the $1 million in it. She says there was a shot, but not necessarily her shot that did the kill.
Hold it!
This is a good way to think. Because I'm pretty sure she actually didn't kill with... I don't think she had a gun. I think she had a blank gun. Or a fake gun. But the question then is, who killed Mr. Deacon, or was it still Lance? Well, he called me on my cell phone and told me that Mr. Deacon had betrayed us and had run off with the ransom money. And about how he had a gun. But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. Well, that doesn't help, because that would mean... It can't be that one right then and there. Because that would mean that her gun was real and his was not.
Hold it!
We're able to clearly see the gun. Yes, I got a very good look at it while I was pointed at me. Oh, father. Why would you try to shoot me? Do you really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Miss Edgeworth? Hashtag Who Framed Roger Rabbit type case. All of them are. I don't know. I don't want to believe it myself, but it's true. My father's left arm was raised with a gun in it, pointing straight at me. I'm about to die, I thought. Miss Pops! Oh, there it is. Please calm down and take a deep breath. And then would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time? Of course. Uh-huh. Is he right-handed? He's right-handed.
Objection!
Well, that's the case, then it is possible that she shot him with the blank gun. But if she shot him with the blank gun, how did he still end up dead? Also, why did they knock Miles out? Have here a dossier on your father. And according to this, your father was right-handed. Ah, then the person pointing a gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The bad badger has a model gun attached to his right hand, which is why the only hand he could have held the real gun with was his left. Isn't it possible that it went down like that? I think she'd remember if someone had 2 guns in their hands. Then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in court to catch it. Enough with the smugness. Oh, I did already. Miss Pops told us earlier. There was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the 1 million. Oh. Yeah. With his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Pops? Yes, exactly. I'm sure it was the bad badger. It had those huge sunglasses on its face. But if that's the case, even I can see there's huge contradiction. I can just smell that you're about to make me do something. They just randomly come up with something I need to figure out. And yet the bad badger had both of his hands full. See? I knew it! I could feel it! Okay! So what are your thoughts? Okay, so what are your thoughts? Again, it wasn't the bad badger. Both hands were not occupied, or both are correct. Okay, so Miss Pops claims I've seen the bad badger, and yet the bad badger had both of his hands full. Alright? It wasn't the bad badger. It was, in fact, the bad badger. It was sunglasses. Oh, wait, hold on. So this is what the bad badger looks like. He actually does wear sunglasses. And there was a bad badger head just like chilling out in the isolation room. So thinking back and recall, which character was it that leveled the gun at you? But it was wearing a pair of sunglasses and had a strange blue beard. That sums up the bad badger pretty well, I'd say. Bad for you, but it looks like the bad badger wasn't the mistake here. Alright. That's one of them knocked out. So, Miss Pops claims to have seen the bad badger, and yet the bad badger had both of his hands full with something or another. These 2 pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong. Ooh. Both hands were not occupied. It wasn't the bad badger. Both are correct. I thought they just maybe got another pair of sunglasses in the fake baking the bad badger dang. Yeah, no, good guess though. Do you have another guess? Or would you like to see what I'm thinking? Alright, I'm gonna go with what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they're both correct. Miss Pop's entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. What if the bad badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower back? This proves that there was a way for the bad badger to freely use both of his hands. Wait, doesn't have to be both are correct. Or nope, yeah, you're right. Okay, is it the head? Or do I have something else that tells me... Yes.
Take that.
No! No, Invisible, it was not. Darn it! Nope, that was wrong. Yep. Gun is left, and the bad badger costume has a model attached. Okay. Darn. Boy, the moment when I managed to fix that doggone latency thing, because I literally figured out how to fix it, and then it refused to stream, and it went back to normal latency. Because it would have been nice to know that it was the head before I chose the wrong answer. Well, that's okay. The costumes have 2 parts to them, a head and the body. Oh, I get it now. The head Mrs. Pop saw was probably the real head of the badger. However, it's not possible. Oh, is it not possible? It said the head is separate from the body. Yeah, that was definitely the logical thing, and that made the most sense. But that's not what I clicked. But that was the logical thing, and that did make the most sense. However, is it not possible that the body was that of an entirely different badger? Different badger. Yes, or to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of the proto-badger.
Take that!
Aha! What the heck is this? It's the proto-badger. Yes, and it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Miss Pops is wearing the blue badger costume, so we can eliminate that one. The pink badger is one of the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that is left is the proto-badger costume. Miss Pops, who was the one who wore the proto-badger? That would be Lance. Ooh. Are you saying what I think you are? That Lance Amano donned the bad badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon. On top of which he plotted to shoot Miss Pops while wearing that hideous thing. The stage that was set up in the stadium was nothing more than a setup, and its purpose was to lead Miss Pops into believing she had committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Pops and pretending to be the victim, it was all done so that she would pull the trigger. Ha 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 ha, I have no idea what you're talking about, as you sweat. Why exactly would I have had to do all that, huh? There's but one reason, Lance Amano. You are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Oliver Deacon. That slander, take it back. You take it back right now. Just out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand? Ooh! I'm left-handed, but what does that have to do with anything? Depends. According to Miss Pops, her attacker held a gun in his left hand. Who was what handed doesn't prove a thing. Besides, now you're just being absurd. It's not like the proto-badger is bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead, right? Except for the fact that that gun has blinks. It's not real.
Objection!
Of course, logically, if he had been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well and prepared accordingly. And this should be all the evidence you need. This is how I lost so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, now it's this one. Jeez.
Take that!
We found one half of a bad badger costume in a hideout, a broken one. It was not the same one that the victim was wearing. Plus, it was missing something. That something is the model gun that the bad badger carries, which can fire blinks. What? Miss Pops, where's the gun you use now? I threw it away into the sea. It would have looked tough to verify what it was. Although I believe that we can safely assume that it was the model gun in question. I've heard enough. All you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture. I admit that as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say that the probability that I'm right is very high. Okay, let's pretend that you're right and that the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place? I don't know yet. I knew you're full of it. However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame. Please, wait a second. It's simply not possible. Because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance. When this pops up! Came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. He had tied Mr. Deacon. It occurred wherever that first fight was. Well, the way he talked about it, the first fight is actually at the haunted house. Which might make sense, actually. Because maybe it happened around the time Miles got knocked out. Interesting. After that, the two of us put on our costumes and made our escape. So Mr. Deacon must have escaped after the two of you left, right? We thought that it'd attract too much attention if we left together, so I left first. We planned to meet up again at the stage in the stadium. But then, as I was walking through the park, I got a call from Lance on my cell phone. Oliver managed to escape. It looked like he was waiting until I was alone. He also stole a gun from me at that time. Then a murder happened. And Mr. Prosecutor, Miss Pop saw the victim with her own eyes. Which means that the victim was still alive at that time, wouldn't you agree? Why does that sound wrong to me? There must be something amiss about this account. Let's see what happens when I examine it in more detail. Alright, we got a viewer who believes it happened at the first place. Lauren is saying it did not. Let's see how we line these up. When exactly did you arrive back at the hideout? It was after we had picked up the ransom money. And where were you up until the time you returned? I was scouting the park out and making preparations for our escape. I walked around the various areas looking for the best route. Also, each of them had their own roles to play. After I was done, I went back to the hideout. That time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon.
Hold it!
And then Lance looked at that time. He looked shocked. He also looked a little down when I saw that sadness in his eyes. Thank you, that's enough for now. And what of Mr. Deacon? What was his situation like? I tied Mr. Deacon securely to the beam in the... That wasn't Deacon. That was Miles.
Hold it!
You are sure that it was Mr. Deacon that you saw? Yes, I'm certain of what I saw. Did you go into the other room to check? Lance said that it was best if I didn't get too close to him. Lance, such a kind soul. Then are you telling me that you did not confirm that it was Mr. Deacon for yourself? I checked through the slit in the door that separates the two rooms. He had a bad badger's head on, so I'm absolutely sure it just had to be Mr. Deacon. Now here's the issue. I am quite positive the person that she saw is actually Miles. Because Miles was tied up in the next room, and there was a bad badger head next to him. The issue was I don't know how to prove it. So I'm gonna press. Couldn't he have just been shot and tied up to look unconscious? How'd Pops know if he was alive? Now, he's alive. The he that was in that next room was definitely alive. Because I'm like pretty sure it was Miles. Oh yeah, you missed the entire, like, this is the end of this case. You have missed the entirety of this case. Like the beginning, the middle, you missed all of that. Yeah, Miles, there was a kidnapping. Lance Amano was kidnapped. Then Miles went to make the drop off. And Miles got knocked out and kidnapped as well. And then Kay Faraday, this is our new person. This one. I love this one. She claims to be a thief, but she only steals the truth. What a great kid. She came and she helped Miles escape. Yeah, you missed like the entirety of the game. Like this is literally there. We're at the end of this one. Like, yeah. So Ted and Mr. Deacon was still in his bad badger costume. Yes, and it would appear that she misread the whole situation. What now? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, raise an objection. The person you saw was not the victim. I will tell you why not. With this. Stop playing with me. Is it the head?
Take that!
Okay, I was about to say, it's gotta be the head. Gotta be the head. It was me! I didn't know you'd been streaming. I thought I missed a lot. Ooh. Yep, that's why I said subscribe. You gotta subscribe because you never know when Invisible's gonna go live. You never know. Perfect example. You end up missing a whole case. And it's been a pretty action-packed one. Yeah, Miles got knocked out. I always thought a bit odd. Why would the kidnapper abduct me even after I had handed over the ransom? I too was wondering why he got kidnapped. It's not as though I saw the face of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was to make me look like Mr. Deacon. Yeah, that was the reason for which I was abducted. Then I believe we can assume that the victim was already dead at that time. Well, Lance, am I right? You showed Miss Pops a person, namely me, with a bad badger's head on. and then made your costume escape together. Or so you pretended. That was subscribe. YouTube just didn't tell me. Turn on your notifications. Always turn on the notifications. Because YouTube is notorious for not doing its job. Well, let me start adding that to that. Let me start adding that to my stuff. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell. What do you mean pretended? Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape and then doubled back to the hideout. See, if you're saving, that means you're about to try to set me up again. I feel like YouTube be tripping sometimes. Agreed! Agreed. Now, hopefully they're not monitoring that, because at one point I want to get paid from this. But I do agree with your statement. Also, I have 2 viewers at the same time. Wow! Cool! This is a great day. Probably to come and remove the bad badger head from my unconscious self. Also, in case you don't know how this game works, I go, I investigate, stuff happens, a murder always happens, I investigate the crime scene, and then I come back and I prove who did it or who didn't do it, and I say why they didn't do it, and then I find claims that are actually inaccurate, and then I present evidence to prove that it's wrong. Or, in the case of no evidence, I press, and then something happens. Or, in the case of there being absolutely nothing, because every once in a while in this Ace Attorney game, there's actually no right answer, and you're just about to lose, something miraculous happens. And then from there, the game gets hard. Yes. And to create his fake prison with the prop sword, he then escaped something. Hold your tongue, boy. Insane. Don't get caught up in that tidal wave of words coming out of Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Tidal wave. We've heard a lot come out of you, but I've yet to see a shred of evidence. The victim's betrayal and his subsequent detainment. All of that could have happened while you were out cold. That's right. You were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor. Even if that were the case, Miss Pops would have still seen me tied to that beam. I was scared of Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. So I really have no idea if you were in there or not, Mr. Edgeworth. You see? Yes, I'm back. I missed other streams, unfortunately, but this look. It is basically okay, so it's Danganronpa's predecessor, for sure. Like, this is a, like, more PG version of Danganronpa. But very similar stuff. And in the next case, which I should get to if I ever finish this one, we'll be in a courtroom too, so it'll be really cool. Who said what? Please wait. Mr. Mono. Miles, my boy, it looks like you're really giving it your all. And Lance, it's not good to cause trouble for others. Dad. Let's see, you're the one in charge of the investigation, correct? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry that my son has been nothing but trouble. This probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. Oh, do you now? Just casually had the other Bad Badger costume. Ooh! It's the Bad Badger costume the victim was wearing and a gun. I couldn't wait around for the police, so I went and found these myself. It appears that they were disposed of in the sea. Is there no one in this country who actually obeys the law? For context, the other victim was shot in that costume, which obviously you can tell. There. Now, Agent Lang, please calm down. Now, what the heck is that scrap of paper? This appears to be a letter from the Chief of Police. Please allow Mr. Armano complete freedom to do as he sees fit, it says. Yeah, that's crazy. Chief of Police, what the? Why it looks like... This is what all of them look like. These are the Badgers. These are the official mascots of the police department in this game. Specifically the Blue Badger. Looks like Snorlax is crazy. The Chief of Police, what the... Just who does he think he is? Person who wields the highest authority in this area. There. There is no need to be so upset. This guy who looks like a wolf is actually an Interpol agent, and his name means wolf, which is why I'm allowed to say that. At a conference like. So I'm not bound by the laws of your country. This wasn't meant to strong-arm you into anything. It's just a request. I'm only asking that you please respect the laws of the land. Or, I can't really say no to that. However, returning to the topic at hand. It doesn't matter who found the evidence. Its value remains unchanged. Alright, now let's take a look at this new evidence. I've already got the results back. I had a special forensics research lab that I'm on good terms with conduct the test. They verified that the blood on this costume belonged to Oliver. As for the gun, only fingerprints they could find were yours, Lauren. You disappoint me, Miles. I can't believe that you would cause my son such stress and heartache. Context, this old guy is the one who asked Miles to, make the drop-off in the first place to help find his kidnapped son. Thank goodness I was able to find the final pieces of evidence. With this, you'll have no reason left to push my poor boy around. That's it. These are the case-making pieces of evidence. Ha! Be the judge of that. Won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. First things first. Glass in your head. What's this? Looks like there's something inside the costume head. Hey, they sparkle, but they're really valuable. Sorry, but they're just pieces of a mirror. Why are they in here? Alright. Bullet hole. This bullet hole, it looks kind of burnt around the edges. Wait, those burn marks were left by the gunpowder. This is the most important fact. Why is that? Because it's proof that the victim was shot at point-blank range. Oh? Which means if it was on stage, it probably wouldn't have left that. Because on stage versus me not on the stage would not be point-blank, I don't think. Because it's going to be the actual murder weapon. Well, are these not the most definitive piece of evidence you've ever seen? Thank you, Dad. This should be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there. Yeah, right. What is it called? Types of evidence. Make no mistake, there are fingerprints on that murderous gun. And they prove that it was Lolly who killed Oliver. Well, Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So, Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense. Fingerprints on the weapon, huh? Oh no, this isn't helpful at all. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want to do is save Lolly. But in the end, all I can do is watch on as she takes the punishment for her crimes. It may be all you could do, however. I still have a case of solving the job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie. You won't be. Why won't you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence? Alright, back in we go. Make no mistake, there are fingerprints on that murderer's gun. Press.
Hold it!
Those fingerprints, are you sure they belong to Miss Pops? There's no mistake about it. For my connections, I have the best forensics money can buy performed. I find that to be a bit peculiar. What? Are you trying to pick an argument with me? Sure! Raise an objection! Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Pop's print should be on that gun to begin with. Because she was wearing a costume? Because she was wearing a costume?
Take that!
Okay. Simply not possible for Miss Pops to have left any prints on the murder weapon. Because while she was at the stadium, Miss Pops was wearing a costume. There's no mistake. We found fingerprints. Oh, Miss Pops, do you remember touching the gun at all at any time? Ah, yes. As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I handed it off to Mr. Deacon when he left for the haunted house. To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. That is when Miss Pop's prints found their way onto the gun. You're so smart. I was gonna say no prints because it was thrown in the water. I mean, that makes logical sense to me, but I have no idea if the game would actually let me get away with that. It's not that kind of game. The fingerprints do nothing to prove that Miss Pops is the murderer. But you still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right? You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer. No, Lance. What? No way. I'm incredibly worried about her. That doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's where you're wrong. I have the evidence. I have no evidence. I have no idea what he's talking about. Absolutely none. But okay. The story that Miss Pops killed the victim at the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true because that was not the real crime scene but a setup. Okay, yay or nay? What are we thinking about this one? I think it's the whole point blank thing. Yes, no? As I watch YouTube, when I figured out how to fix that latency thing, still be behind. I will figure this out. I got a yay. Let's go for it. I hit the wrong button.
Take that.
Woohoo! Let's take another good look at the costume the victim was wearing. Then I believe we'll see why I insist he was not shot at the stadium. Yeah, that's right. I'm already prepared for you. Deduce.
Take that.
The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range. Ah, so then you mean the murder Miss Oldback saw at the stadium really was. Yeah, she saw two people, but they were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn. Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants, prosecutor. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is then? I got you. One of the viewers already mentioned it. Lance sent me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, then the murder must have happened prior to that. And the location where Lance and the victim were at just before I was in prison was... right there. Oh, you're really going to make me do that? That's crazy. Okay. The real location in which Mr. Deacon was killed is here. Yeah.
Take that.
I think it's not unreasonable to assume the murder took place in the haunted house. Just in case. I just don't trust you. Okay. Burn before. On the house, yes, and I have proof that it is highly likely that the victim was killed there. What proves that the real scene of the crime was the haunted house? Is it also this? Yes.
Take that.
It was not! It was not! I don't hear anything other than the sound of your desperation. I see! Darn you, game. Oh, I can't even go back and load it. Gosh darn it. Shoo. Oh, I didn't realize I actually had mirror fragments. Gosh darn it.
Take that.
Yeah, I didn't know there was glass. Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna fix that latency. Because that comment was such a smart, intelligent comment. But it came after I tried. Ooh, I gotta something fast. Didn't even see that I had fragments. These were inside the costume the victim was wearing. The fragments of a mirror. A mirror, and what does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume. Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous. However, there's one place I can think of where there's a plethora of mirror fragments. And that's the haunted house. Lance Amana, I propose that you killed Mr. Deacon with a revolver in the haunted house. Why does that sound like a clue thing? After that, you stole the Blue Badger Mobile to move his body to the Wild Wild West area. The timing of when the Blue Badger Mobile was stolen confirms this as a fact. Miles, my boy, say no more. I'm sorry, Mr. Amano, but I cannot do that. Be quiet. Yes, please do something. Stop that boy from speaking any more nonsense. Ernest Amano, correct? I meant you. Now be quiet, Gramps. How dare you? I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. Shouldn't wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's hideout? No. Yeah, there was a mirror there. A mirror that's for the haunted house. You see, isn't it possible the fragments got into the costume there? But Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor, so probably very low. I don't know why you keep talking in probability, Miles. Come on now. Lang Z says, on truth's path, the word probability does not exist. Only thing that does is definitive proof. Question, Mr. Prosecutor, is do you have the definitive proof you need? Do I have definitive proof that bro was killed at the place? No, I do not. And don't tell me I do, game, because I don't. Oh, Miss Edward, do you? Don't play with me. We both know I do not. I was about to say. See, so since you don't have any, shut up. I don't have the evidence yet, but I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. At that time, the only people at the haunted house besides myself were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place at the haunted house, now I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder. Do we get to go investigate? I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house. Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission? Because I don't really have a choice if I want to find the truth. Alright, permission granted, but you're not to touch a single thing, got it? That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is that the truth be brought to light. It doesn't matter by who or how it's done as long as it is. No way this is a to be continued. Send the paperwork for the authorization immediately. Understood. Ooh, you definitely in on it. There's no need to obtain approval. Mr. Mono. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this. What is this? It's the deed to the haunted house. The deed. Read it out. Oh wow. Gatewater Land Inc. hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Romano for the lump sum of $1 million paid in full in cash. What? As you can see, I'm now the legal owner of the haunted house. You kidding? When did you? I ran into the owner of the park earlier and we made the deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye. That $1 million you paid, don't tell me it was. Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? I don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back now. You used the ransom money? My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier. So I do believe that I will forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom money. That's the way things are, so if you would please discuss things with me from now on. Discuss? What is there to discuss? Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course. While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Mono was out there preempting us. Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. Agent Lang, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper. Wow. You know what's bad when the game starts load saving? What should I do if I leave it like this? The truth will be lost forever. Is this to be continued? It's a to be continued. How do you say that's the final confrontation ladder? Oh, we're still in it. Oh, we're still in it. Well, I don't know if you've heard this today, but you're visible to someone. Even if you feel invisible, know that someone sees you. Know that someone loves you. Know that someone is rooting for you. Also, if you haven't already, you should like, you should share, you should subscribe, and you should comment. Comment because we're playing the game together. It's way more fun that way. You should like because it's awesome content. You should share so that other people can experience the positivity. And you should subscribe and turn on the notification bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Continuing on. March 13th. Oh, context. Also, I don't know if you missed it. So the first case that we played for this game, there was a murder in Miles' office. Miles is the person in the purple outfit right there. Main character of this game. There was a murder in his office. Then 2 days before that, there was a murder on an airplane that Miles got accused of. He did not do it, obviously. And then this is the next day, which is also the day before the first episode. So this game's timeline is actually day 3, day 1, day 2. This is day 2. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay. Miss Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this. And what is that? When the people are in a bind, the hero just disappears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. Brian K. Faraday, the second of the great Yatagasuit. I thought you were a thief, not a hero. The Yatagasuit is noble and is always a thief of justice. That's, of course. If we have enough information, I can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Ah! Right? And in the next game, where I think we're gonna go like, what? 7 years in the past? 10 years in the past? Yeah, the timeline of this game is weird. Not the next game, in the next case. You can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. You may be able to figure out some new information for this. It's worth a try. Also, this game has a cool gimmick. We're about to recreate a whole crime scene. So you want to use your little toy, be my guest. Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of real modern-day Robin Hood. Like a gumshoe. There are copies of the haunted house's blueprints among the police references documents. Sir, we got it just in case we need it for the kidnapping case. Alright, let me put the haunted house data then. Look at that! What is this? Where are we? It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can't inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene. Okay, what should I recreate first? You haven't figured it out yet? Maybe I have and maybe I haven't, but I'm going to make you do all the hard work. Two of them were definitely in this place at that time. If I can verify that, it may provide me with a new lead. I just don't trust it. They're gonna make me do something at some point. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Alright. I had just come out into the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. At that time I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hall. Yeah, what was a badger doing all the way down there? I also thought it strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for the atmosphere. You know which badger it was? No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was a silhouette. In that case, I guess I'll just program a badger silhouette for now. Okay, programming complete. Boy, I remember this part giving me creeps. Ooh. And then I started walking towards the exit. And that's when he was struck from behind, right? Yes. That's odd. The hallway's a dead end. Where did your assailant come from? There's only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying right here.
Take that!
I just went ahead and did it because we got, knocked out by a badger at the beginning of the game. So, yeah. That doll I saw really wasn't a doll. It was, in fact, a costume kidnapper. Also used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house. Precisely. He waited until I made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. He had no better hiding place than this. Ain't not bad. I'm beginning to think I should steal this tactic for myself. Just don't do anything criminal, okay? Yeah. Yep, that's about what happened. Well, Lance? Well, why are you asking me? When the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money. Didn't set foot inside. Is he telling the truth, or is this another lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me. Yes, I'm sure it was him. Okay, I'm putting new info now. Mr. Deacon was the bad badger, right? Since the bad badger has a gun attached to its right hand. I have to change it to the weapon in its left hand. I don't think that's right. I feel like he got knocked out by the proto-badger. But yeah, that's not right at all. That is not nearly as scary as the proto badger. I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. Tell me, what were you hit with? That came from behind, so I have no idea. But I doubt it was someone's bare hands. Okay, then where were you hit? I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. It was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious. Ah, something painful. Why are you smirking like that when you say it? It's just your imagination, Melody. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon. The way you gave me no time.
Take that!
There was indeed one such object lying here in the hallway, a prop sword. Talking about this thing here. Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes, it's possible that the culprit took it with him after using it on me. To leave no evidence behind, right? Correct. It may be worth a more thorough examination yet. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys choose. So, for context, luminol is like, if there was ever blood, you can never actually truly get rid of blood, because even if you wipe it up, if you ever do a luminol test, the blood will show up. So we can either test it for luminol to see if there was blood on it, or we can dust it for prints. Which, I don't really have to explain how that one works. What are your thoughts? It's a 50-50 shot. And I can save. I'm not going to. Whatever you choose, whatever you choose. Luminol, cause no prints, cause costume. I like the way you think. Culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood found its way on this. Let's see. And both of them said luminol. Let's go. Look at that. I have 2 intelligent viewers. That's awesome. Or they guessed and they just guessed right. Which still works in this game. Because it doesn't matter how you get to the right answer, as long as you get to the right answer. Ah, look at that. Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then. The culprit hit you in the right with the left. Okay. Culprit hit you on the right with the left. Nope, still not as scary as it was. I'm telling you. Once we... one of these is wrong. Badger will swing his left arm, yes, to club me with the left side of the prop sword. Try to recreate the moment of impact. I want to see the pain expression on your face. It's just fine the way it is. Maybe not. Is it just my imagination, or is something not quite right? Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. Something's definitely not right with that, but I'm not sure what it is. No, Bad Badger's pretty bad looking when you see him close. Well, what'd you expect from a character named the Bad Badger? No sunglasses. Wearing them in the dark makes him seem extra bad. Now I'm lost. Which meaning of bad does she really mean? Okay, so this is what I need to deduce. Something's wrong with that. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Okay. Finally, I found a clear contradiction of facts about the sword. I was like saying the same thing. Because, like, he got hit with on the right with the left. It's weird. If the culprit had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. Opposite side, huh? Culprit had held the sword in his left hand, and the sword's right side would hit. See, but the blood was on the left side of the sword, right? Which means that he used his right hand to hit you. Exactly. This prop sword has a large handguard attached to its hilt. It would be impossible to hold it with 2 hands while wearing a costume with such big hands. Therefore, it couldn't be the left hand or both hands. It must have been the right. Change the data to reflect the right-handed swing. Not yet, Kay. There's no sense in changing anything yet. Because if you change the parameters to the right hand, it only create a new contradiction. Yeah. the whole hand thing.
Take that.
The bad badger already holds it in his right hand, so he can't. What are the chances? If I'd have chosen the book, I'd have been wrong. But you would have showed the book anyway. Oh, this game's ridiculous. That's right. Then what now? If it wasn't in his left hand or his right hand, it means that the one who struck me could not have been the bad badger. You're paying attention, Lance. Mr. Deegan could not have been the one who struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect. Fine, it was me. I hate you. It appears that you lied to me yet again, but see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance. Wait, isn't Lance left-handed? Nah, he probably just lied to make it look like it was Deacon who did it. But that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. For you see, firing your gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword. Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind is Lance. Or should I say the proto-badger. Prepare yourself. Oh, you got it. Here I go. Ah, they're not really showing it. Now we have a faithful recreation of the situation about to attack on me. Alright, all I have to do is examine this new recreation and... What exactly is so funny, Agent Lang? That amusing little gadget sure packs a punch, right, Shuna? Yes, that's all I could do to hold my laughter in. Make fun of little thief, you mean old werewolf. He and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other. I've had your little fun, but now it's my turn. I've sat quietly by listening. But the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, right? Well, when you put it that way. Your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm going to let you in on this. There's a trick to this haunted house. And what may that be exactly? A trick beyond what your tiny imaginations can produce. Shouldn't have. Here you are. Now then, what you missed, girlie, is written right here in this pamphlet. Oh. The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House. The Disappearing Badger. I'd say that someone around here is fond of theatrics, and as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badger you saw was just a stupid doll. And with that, everything we knew to be right was shot down. That throws your whole theory about it being your attacker right out the window. But, yeah, I saw the movie. Mine was definitely got hit by the proto-badger. It was freaky. Then he laid down and pretended to be it instead. The criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway. How could he hide a giant doll? Do you get it now? Thanks to your presumptions. Your logic started off weak and led you to the completely wrong conclusion. Now get off your hires. Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me. You don't know when to quit, do you? Can't quit, not until I can declare that I found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my things. There you go again. I'll see if I care. Okay, I'm updating the recreation now. Oh, that thing's free. So, how did it go from being a fake badger to a real badger? If it's a disappearing doll, then there's some secret path Lance came from. Good theory. Some type of badger was just a doll. Where's my attack hiding? Okay, totally could be a secret path. This recreation can't be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. Alright, let's look around. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. What is there to inspect here? don't even have anything that actually... Okay. I mean, the Proto Badger and this Blue Badger look very different.
Eureka!
Boy, I guessed like a... Oh, I guessed. I literally see nothing wrong. Oh, yes. I totally saw that. Yep. And I do see it. I really don't see it. Yep. I totally see it. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Oh, we're back to the logic. That's right. Do I have anything else? I was about to say, I don't have another one. The Blue Badger in the pamphlet photo is in reverse to the regular Blue Badger. But why? There must be some sort of explanation. There is nothing else to click. You take a look around, it almost feels like more of a house of mirrors. Indeed, who has ever heard of this many mirrors inside of a haunted house before? At least we know this is the real crime scene thanks to these mirror shards. Oh. Mirror! Yeah. The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards from the mirror on the wall. And look, there's some sort of design on the back too. Ah, I'm looking at the mirror. I'm looking at the mirror. Wait a second. Hold up. Before I go make a decision like I want to. Okay. Now, Blue Badger in reverse. Okay. Okay, do you remember what you said earlier? What I said earlier about what? About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors. A house of mirrors. Oh, that would explain the reversed or mirror image. Yes, this Blue Badger might be nothing more than the reflected image of a real one. Then was the Blue Badger you saw just a reflection? When I looked down this hall, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there's a mirror... Oh, then it would actually form an L shape, right? I don't understand. Oh, wait, so if there's a Blue Badger in the corner, and there's a mirror there... Oh, that's why it's disappearing, because when you walk down there, it's not actually there. Ah. There was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway. Wait, but why build this place like that? Sounds pretty pointless to me. Okay, this house is just another attraction at an amusement park. They created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose, one I can point out to you. No! No! Darn it.
Take that!
Okay. As written in the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger. You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there. That was true at the time, however. Doing this allows someone to make the Blue Badger disappear. Okay, decision time! We have 3 options. Move the mirror wall, move the Blue Badger, or dim the lamps. What are we thinking? Anyway, what are we thinking? We got 3 options. Option 1, option 2, option 3. We got 1 for wall. I feel like might as well. To remove a reflective image. We got 2 for wall. Alright. Move reflected image. Simply move the mirror. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. Then beyond where the mirror was, an empty hallway had to be created. Also, when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror. And when they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. Oh. What a creative thing. This explains why the other side of these fragments have a design on them. Oh, and the pattern is the same as other walls in this hallway. Then when the mirror is closed, it would blend in with the rest of the walls. It's a mirror trick that the haunted house employs. This also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprit. Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside of my field of vision. Okay. I'm going to assume it's this, because this is outside of the building. But, okay, cool. There's a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. If my assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror, then you wouldn't be able to see him. He didn't even need to do anything to the blue badge at all. Exactly. All he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror. Wait, hold on. Yeah, when did he move the mirror? Would you not be able to tell? Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now in reality? When was it broken? Simply found these inside the victim's costume. I mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound. That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information. Don't scare me like that. Sorry. But I need you to recreate something for me. Sure, whatever you need. So what do you need anyway? If you could first recreate this hallway just before I entered the dining room. You got it. Is it soundproof? Because they were talking on the phone the whole time. Now this, I believe, this is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although at the time I thought it was a single straight hallway. Then I went inside. It was around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering. You heard what? Then, yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken. Okay, so then when you stepped outside into the hallway again, the mirror wall should no longer exist. Okay, please recreate that. Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So where did he go in his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth? That's easy enough. The mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway. And I think this about wraps it up. Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency.
Take that!
Okay, cool, we're on the same page. Yeah, there's nothing there. This is the final point on this long chain of logic, the last remaining contradiction. Unless it was a dead body. To make it this straight, when you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right? And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? You never let me do profiles. Okay. Just going to put a dead person there and see that's right. Okay. Badger I saw was in actuality the dead victim's body. Laying the entirety of my complete logic is my final decisive piece of evidence. Bro's presenting a whole train of thought as evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off. You can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Beacon. It was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror was broken. You were in the house at the time, right? Yeah, now that's the question. How'd you miss a gunshot? There are a variety of sound effects playing at the time. All for theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in. Likely story. Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? It was you, Lancelot. It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and straight up. I fought back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun, and I shot him. The bullet must have went through his body and shattered the mirror. Well, that actually would make sense based on the location of it. Yeah, if I had taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail. See, that's justified self-defense. LOL. My boy was only trying to protect himself. That means to be seen and will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I relieve the rest of you. As if you were the one who was in charge. Honestly, I was suspecting him. What made you think it was him? Very curious on your logic to get there. You see how Miles got there. Here's how you got there. The only person you should be arresting is Miles. Dad turned on him real quick. The way he was being all weird about his girlfriend. No self-defense. Why would he blame his girl? Well, depending on where you live, self-defense laws mean nothing. Or they don't even have self-defense laws. Murder is murder. So... Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Romano. You tampered with the evidence so that you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. Truly touching. Bro turned on this kid, then immediately. By the way, do you know why I'm really here? And how could I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question? Wound me. I came all this way from across the sea just to see you, you know. Came to see me. What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Romano, about a case from 10 years ago. What's the name that you use here for that case? Known as the... I knew! That's the case they mentioned at the beginning of the game. They probably felt guilty of the act itself. So it's a KG8 incident. Ah, yes. Because in these games, all of the cases connect. They may seem like they have nothing to do with each other, but they're all actually interrelated. For the most part. Else you remember it. Good! And you recall that the trigger in that case was the Mono Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring. Smuggling. There's that word again. That's the word we used in the last case. At the time, the person that was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Romano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Devereaux. Oh, snap! Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Devereaux. I always suspected that you were involved in the smuggling ring, Mr. Romano. Mr. Devereaux was arrested in place of you. Wait, so are all the big cases 2-letter and a number? Because I'm solving the DL6 in the original Ace Attorney right now. Not all of them, I think. Yeah, not all of them. But that's for later games to talk about. But in these two, yes. You had him in exchange for his silence on your little secret. Please calm down. Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. Pretend to be ignorant all you want. Yes, let's go so we can start the next case. Who is it now? Is it Francesca? Wait. Wait a second. This is the guy who was... These are the people from the first case. The guy with the hat on his head is about to die. Tomorrow. And the guy with the headband and the medal is the one who's going to kill him tomorrow. All in relation to getting information on the KG8 incident. Well, this is actually amazing. Now, the question is, I think I decided on Jack. Because the other guy's name is, he calls him Jim. Even though his name is Buddy. I'm gonna go Jack, the portsman. Although it could be Jock for Jock wins. Prosecutor in charge of the case. Oh my gosh, you were working for this dude. Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I'll have to back into the prosecutor's office. Oops, spoilers, lol. What a really, really strange time. It's not even spoilers. This is actually from the first game. It's only spoilers if you're watching this out of order. Because this is case 3. The murder happened in case 1. Yeah, no, this is actually pretty awesome. This is awesome. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. And he, like, potentially fabricates evidence, too, so it makes sense that he'd be working for this guy. This guy's dirty. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Wow! Sorry, but I hate hot prosecutors, a whole lot of you. Bro walked off. Guys, arrested 2 suspects. Sir. Oh, almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? It's spoiled for me because I didn't watch the other ones, lol. That is unfortunate. I apologize. Yeah, you should definitely go back and watch the first 2. Because, yeah. Well, actually, it's not a spoiler for the first one, because in the first one, it literally shows you that he killed his partner. You just kind of are working your way backwards. But it literally shows you that he did it. Because the first case always tells you who the murderer is. Or usually shows you who the murderer is. Like, it's simpler. Working so hard to fulfill my goal. Hey, is that any way to thank someone? What the heck is that supposed to mean? You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with evidence. Next to that, it's not even on you, it's on me. Wait, 2. What do you mean, wait, 2? 2 what? Don't worry, don't worry. Totally go back. Was there a case between this one and the murder of Miles? Yeah, you missed the whole case between yeah, dude, yeah, you missed a lot. yeah, there's a whole. So, Turnabout Visitor is the first case of this game. Turnabout Airlines is the second case of this game. And this is the kidnap Turnabout. The next one, I don't know the name of the next one. We'll see in a second. So he's pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Amano in the smuggling ring, right? No. I would never do such a thing. It's okay. What the heck, our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring. Oh, that's why I didn't like you. You know, it's not you. It's the other guy, who we just saw, most likely. It must be the real reason behind time, his antagonistic attitude. On top of that, your mentor was Manfred Van Karma. Look away! Spoilers! There were non-stop rumors flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors, are you? Miles has never lied. The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed. Well, don't worry, it's not only you. The whole lot of you can't be trusted. A prosecutor who never lost in 40 years, every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts, why is this man so angry with us all? Rest assured the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. That's actually a thumbnail, so don't you forget it. Please wait. Agent shouldn't know. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honored House of Lang and Jingfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood. Were, what do you mean by that? Aren't they still? They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts. How can that be? A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence's purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honor and trust. Oh, yeah. Even so, Lang will never respect the court again, or any prosecutor. Sergeant Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim, we'd better catch up. Yeah. You still got to deliver that thing to the old man after all. Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves. Yeah, are you going home, Mr. Edgar? No, I've done nothing but be entangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office? Dang, he's about to get dropped off at the first case. This is so weird. That is, thank you very much. Oh, it's okay, no need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective. Guess it was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruelty. What's a woman to do when she's, I don't know, words. I think I never realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it. There she goes again, talking to herself. Miss Pops, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping. No, I have no idea. Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning, he had no interest in the stage self-abduction. Wait, then why did he? I believe it's because of your presence, Miss Pops. It's saved, and I don't trust that. If it saves, that means it's going to force me to do something. Okay, so it's cool. Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Devereaux into cooperating. Father, as a fellow, he cannot tell you of his real relation to you. However, as the Mono family butler, at the very least, he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Well, there's no need to thank me. No, Lord, stop. I mean, this man's so much older than you. Looks like you've completely stolen her away, Mr. Edgar. Way to go, sir. Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief. What are you going on about now? Yeah, you're no street smarts. I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. Here we go. Introductions! If you ever remembered me in all this time, I guess I'm just gonna have to say it. This isn't the first time we've met, you know. What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, how do you know this girl? Looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy. Gummy. Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promised I'd return this to you one day, remember? That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. To that fateful day 7 years ago. When I first, so she was 10. When I first met the then child, Kay. And Detective Gumshoe. Oh, this is when you first met. We see when you first meet Gumshoe? Dad, Gumshoe's been a detective for a minute. Alright, everybody. We have officially finished the Kidnap Turnabout, which is episode 3. We're now on episode 4, Turnabout Reminiscence. And we actually have time for it. Let's go. We're actually in a courtroom. That's why I wanted to do it. Alright. I don't remember this necessarily being difficult. Wrong, too far. This one I remember being difficult. This one I don't remember being difficult. This one I remember being the hardest one. Okay. Yay. So, for context, the timeline of this game. How old is Miles? Good question. This game apparently takes place 2 years after, I think, the first Ace Attorney. So however old Phoenix is or Miles is in that game. 2 years, plus 2 years. Because Phoenix and Miles are the same age. Phoenix, Miles, Larry are all the same age. 7 years earlier. Gumshoe apparently is 32 in this game. Yeah, that's right, I did it. I killed the guy. Oh wait, what am I reading? I'm reading this part. Alright, hold on. Also, apparently Miles being... That sounds about right. Miles being 24 in the first game. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, get me out of here. Hold on. Ooh, I locked new items in the gallery. Back to HD. I played the last one in pixel form for reminiscing purposes. It just felt wrong, not in HD. Anyway, you can just randomly accuse a prosecutor just to get a new one. That's crazy. Ooh, well, this looks dope. Hey, yo. Oh, baby Miles. Ooh, so cute. Whoa, this is his first court case. How do I know? Because the first case said that he wore that outfit during his first case. Oh my gosh. 19 sounds about right. Actually, to be for your first case as prosecutor, actually, too. And so it is that my first assignment as prosecutor will be as a replacement for a prosecutor who has been accused by the defendant. Edgeworth. No! Manfred Van Karma. Or Von Karma. Have you read over all the documents regarding this trial? Yes, sir. Oh, Miles looks younger. Wow, 7 years, man. You can see it in his eyes. Dang, you should have done a pixel reminiscing in this one since it's called Turnabout Reminiscence. LOL. See, that would make sense. But I don't remember this case enough to do that. At least not yet. But the other one, I saw K not in, like, pixelation form and it just looked wrong. I was like, ugh. Paperwork for the prosecutor substitution just about complete. Edward, always bear in mind that as your mentor, I am Manfred Van Karma. Looks like you fake evidence, lol. I will accept nothing for perfection. You know, this guy is crazy. And if you're playing the first game, you'll see more of him. Miles doesn't really talk about him for a reason. But that's all I'm going to say about that. So to have the chance to stand in court at such an early stage in my career. Hey, well, look at him. He's got the cutest eyes. He's so cute. I am honored and proud. He's so adorable. Oh my gosh. So I've watched over your studies. I'm giving you this very rare chance. Prove yourself. Crush the defendant's pathetic lies into oblivion. Yes, sir. He does kind of look like a villain. That such a legendary prosecutor will be watching and judging my performance. 40 years, never lost a case. As a prosecutor, this is Manfred Von Karma. To be perfect in every way. Do you want me to talk to him? Today's trial should have ended in just 1 minute. Because the defendant was picked up by the security camera, correct? Exactly. The killer had the gall to say that he only killed because he was instructed to do so. Even more outrageous is his claim that the case prosecutor Wait, the defendant admitted to murder. How's the case not over? Well, that's what he's saying. Huh, Faraday's such a fool. He's been cornered by his very own prey. Sir, are you an acquaintance of Mr. Byron. He's a pathetic man who speaks nothing but nonsense. Oh, jeez. This child speaks exactly like him. He once tried to explain to me a way of punishing those who cannot be brought to court. Those who cannot be brought to court. That is nonsense, for no man is above the law. Well, there are always a few exceptions. However, there's no reason to even deal with such individuals. Prosecutor is a guardian of the court, one with no obligation to outside matters. Thus, there's no reason to deal with such individuals, I see. Edgeworth, disgracing yourself as Faraday has will not be forgiven. Have no fear. I will not let you down, sir. In place of the accused prosecutor, I'll prove the defendant's guilt. Oh, geez, he even does the finger wag thing. Gosh. Very good. I've secured an hour of recess for you to prepare. Just do just that. Now, Byrne is on his Batman beat. Yeah. So I've achieved a firm understanding of the case. Yes, sir. I memorized everything that is written down in the case files. Golly. Well, then explain the case to me. I want to see if you really know what you're talking about. Understood. A murder was committed on September 8th in front of the Codopian Embassy. The victim was Mr. Deadman. There's the funny names. Jeez. What you mean, prove killed Miles? The kill is confirmed. Mr. Deadman was a staff member at the embassy. The defendant in this case, Mr. Mackerel, or Mackerel, definitely Mackerel, was held for questioning the night of the incident as he was deemed suspicious. He was quickly placed under arrest for possession of the murder weapon and gun. Furthermore, at the time of the murder, the great thief Yada Sue had successfully infiltrated the Codopian embassy as well. At first, Rel claimed that he himself was the Yada Sue, but that he did not kill Deadman. Could be Deadman, but I'm pretty sure it's Deadman. I wonder what he expected to gain from such a desperate lie. It's possible that he wants to go down while in the spotlight if he's found guilty. There truly is no limit to people's inanity. But I digress. Continue, Edward. Yes, sir. During the trial, the prosecution presents the security footage that captured the murder. Whoa, something about that feels vaguely, really familiar. Crazy data. Footage clearly showed Mr. Rell as the murderer. The act of Mr. Rell firing the gun could be clearly seen from the visitor's gallery. Upon seeing that, the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder. I did it because I was told to, by the real Yada Sue burned Faraday. Sounds about right. However, you've forgotten one thing. Look at his eyes, he's so cute. While this may appear to simply be the murder of a Codopian embassy staff member, people are actually referring to it as the second KG-8 incident. Oh, this is the second. Then what the heck is the first one? The second KG-8 incident. I'm very sorry, sir. I fear I failed to start already cut enough. Well, even among the police, it's information that only a select few are privy to. Could you please enlighten me, sir? That was the first one. Oh, the first one was 10 years ago. I thought something was off. This one was 7 years ago. In order for me to tell you that, you must first learn about the original case. Take a look at these documents, which would have happened 3 years ago. Yeah, okay. Jeez. You've heard of the Amano Group scandal before, correct? The secretary of Ernest Amano, the Amano Group's director, was arrested under suspicion of smuggling. Correct. CCU was an employee of the Amano Group and the sole witness to the smuggling operation. It was she who brought the crime to light. However, Miss Yu was silenced before she could testify in court. Wasn't a Codopian embassy staff member arrested for the murder? Yes, a Codopian by the name of Manny Cochin was a suspect. Well, this is how Miles gets the files that the dude tried to steal in the first case. No, not necessarily, because the files that he got, they were already in his place, in that room, because it was the chief prosecutor's office. So this was before Miles got that office. It was that stuff was already there, he just left it there. They said that in the first game. Yeah. But that's a fair thing to think too. Lack of evidence. If only I was in charge of the case, I would have done everything in my power to prove his guilt. Bro said, look, I would have fabricated evidence if it was me to make sure that all criminals are found guilty. My mentor really is dedicated. Yeah, Miles, sure. Faraday was the prosecutor on the case then, and he was as pathetic as ever. Mr. Faraday was in charge of the KG-8 incidents as well. That's right. And now, once again, the victim of the case you are currently assigned to was someone who was scheduled to testify against that smuggling organization. And just like last time, the victim was murdered right before he was to testify. You're catching on. The victim was murdered just before his day in court against the smuggling organization. Events are occurring almost exactly the same way as they did in the KG-8 incident. So that's why it's being called the second KG-8 incident. Yes. Yet there's one difference between the two incidents. The so-called noble thief that is sending everyone into an uproar. The great thief, Yada Sue. I better find out more. If it's true that the Yada Sue showed up at the Codopian embassy, what could he or she have been after? No doubt to steal any suspicious accounting records and release them publicly. Or more likely to steal secrets from the Codopian embassy itself, since the item that the Yada Sue stole from there was sent to the police. What was it that the Yatagarasu sent to the police? I don't know the details. Anything related to the Yatagarasu is getting the top secret treatment. Still, I find it very ironic. By returning the stolen item to the police, it was proof positive that the Yatagarasu had infiltrated the embassy on the same day the staff member was killed. Criminals have a way of incriminating themselves, wouldn't you say? That'd be the first time the Yatagarasu has left evidence behind, correct? Yes, indeed. If you wish to learn more about the Yatagarasu, then I suggest you ask Faraday. Mr. Faraday. He happens to be the prosecutor in charge of the Yatagarasu case as well. He's the prosecutor in charge of both the KG-8 incident and the Yatagarasu incident. Mr. Faraday really has a lot on his plate. No, look at BBK! Ooh. You're scary, mister. Did you need something? I want to trade these coins with you. A fistful of dimes, quarters, and pennies. Looks like you exactly $1. Is this what you want? Look at the baby. Ooh, I think this is exactly what I needed. I don't remember her stomach being out of my bag. It was a really short shirt. How disrespectful for a child like that to be running around inside the courthouse. No one would have respect for this country's judicial system anymore. It's time. Work for prosecutor substitution is complete. Why you? Do you even know how much time there is left before the trial resumes? I'm sorry. Have you mopping up this courthouse instead of protecting an innocent. It's no bother, sir. Not being completely prepared could prove to be a perfect handicap for me. Proud of what you are. You better collect the evidence from Faraday and prepare yourself. It's time for your debut, Edward. Just what's going on? Why isn't Faraday here yet? How's it possible the defense is not prepared yet either? Bailiff, where is Mrs. Faraday? I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. What? Is that not your job? I hear this will be your first trial. I look forward to seeing how you perform. By the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. Sorry, it looks like the trial's about to resume, however. Yes, it will all be but impossible to prove the witnesses a liar. Now the evidence from Faraday. What's that blasted buffoon up to? Oh, is it baby gumshoe? Although, 32 minus 7 is not a baby. There should be no yelling in the Sacred Hall law. Bailiff, remove that man from courtroom at once. Please. Wait. You have to listen to me. There's an emergency. Defendant lobby number 2, Mr. Faraday and the defendant. Two of them, they're both dead. It's always gotta be a murder, isn't it? You're not even showing me who did it. Stay back. No one's allowed on the crime scene, period. Who does this oddball think he is? He's becoming quite the hotspot. Isn't she Mr. Rell's defense attorney? Hey, you know running in the hallway, pal. And who are you to tell me what to do? I never find out what's going on like this. It's time for some civil discourse. Beginning, 2 bodies discovered. Excuse me, but who are you? Detective Tyrell Bad. What a normal name. Homicide. I was informed the situation came as quickly as possible. So how did you arrive and inspect the body before me? Faraday requested for me to testify in the trial. Plain and simple. Mr. Faraday requested that you be here. I've already contacted HQ about the situation. I've Got nothing to say to you, kid. Mr. Faraday substituted today's trial. Therefore, I insist that you update me on the situation. Can't back down here. I have a right to know. Do I need to teach you a thing or two about how to talk to adults, kid? Is he going for his gun? It's just in here. There, you tricked me like that. Faraday was stabbed to death with some kind of blade, and he had a gun in his hand. The other man, Mr. Mackrell, was shot and killed. He was found holding a bloody knife in his hand. Was there anyone else who went into defendant lobby 2? Yeah, that big lug over there. His name's Gumshoe. He was in charge of guarding the place. He's claiming that no one else entered the room. If that's the case, then they must have killed each other, correct? Maybe. Such impudence. This guy is really testing my patience. Oh, big mouse. Why was I not informed that you were going to testify in court? The homicides aren't my only gig. The Yadagarasu case is also one of my assignments. So you recall the plan to comment on the Yadagarasu's characteristics in order to assess if Mr. Faraday really was Yadagarasu or not. Well, looks like you just might have a brain after all in that head of yours, son. I'm not your son, Pops. I have anything? Detective Bad, I'd like to ask you about this piece of evidence. And you're not going to respond. Okay, cool. I'm listening, but I've got nothing to say. End of story. Alright. No, but I'm mute. Courthouse specials, fast food and milk. You could buy a $7 hot dog from a vending machine? $6 Swiss rolls. Why is orange juice $9? And milk is $7. What the heck does she get for the $1? Why can you buy a hot dog and a ham sandwich? See, a ham sandwich makes more sense. $8 ham sandwich. Golly. You have a minute. You know I'm not really into talking to people I don't know. Especially at a time like this. I apologize for not introducing myself or bothering you. My name is Miles Edward. I also take Mr. Faraday's place in court. Edward, huh? Never heard of you. So Faraday's substitute is a newbie, huh? How have you known, madam, that I studied under Manfred von Karma? Do not take me for some naive novice. Ooh. Do not take me for some naive novice. Oh. So you're a student of Von Karma. A hot dog being $7 and still being less than a cup of OJ is crazy. I should have. Those clothes are a dead giveaway. Oh man. Stop right there. These are the garments of one who gallantly presents the facts. For Miles. Oh, hello. Thanks for great. Wasn't trying to do anything of the sort. Just kidding. I was just goofing around. By the way, do you know who I am? My name is Callisto Yu. If you're telling the truth, then we were about to go head to head in court. Ah, but of course. I've heard much about you, Miss Yu. Dang, she's still laughing in your face. Like, this is crazy. Oh, but of course. I have heard much about you. You're a regular Shakespeare. You say something funny? Oh, 4 miles. I'd like you to update me on the situation. I don't really know anything. Why don't you try talking to those detectives over there? If that's the case, then why are you here? Dang it. It don't matter what you do. The person I was going against in court only until a little while ago was just murdered. It's not like I could go back into the courtroom pretending as though nothing happened. Good point. I apologize for asking such an insensitive question. It's fine, don't worry about it. Alright, Gumshoe. You are? Who, me? Hey, pal. It's common courtesy to tell someone your name first before asking theirs. Point taken. How did you become his boss if he's clearly been working before you? Prosecutor. I've never seen a prosecutor as young as you found. They only be younger and younger. Told you my name, would you mind telling me yours? Detective Dick Gumshoe. And just recently, I achieved my dream of becoming a detective. More than a dream, it's what I was born to do. Wait, maybe I should check and make sure I'm not really in some crazy dream first. This detective is entirely too excited to be at a murder scene. So Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling me what you know about the incident? You know that I'm not doing anything, right? I know that. But it would behoove you to fill me in on what you know. Wow, you're a proud one for such a youngster, aren't you? Well, anyway, Detective Bad is the one in charge, so you're just gonna have to ask him for all the details, okay? As for me, I was guarding the door to defendant lobby number 2. So you were on guard detail. Did you know anything strange while you were on duty? Well, I freaked out when I heard a gunshot, and then I kind of froze. The detective, but at least a gunshot scared you that much. Then again, I can hardly claim to not know what it's like to hear one at close range. Then Detective Bad came running to the scene. They went to lobby number 2 together, and both men were lying there dead. Is that everything? Yeah, that's it. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. Interesting. Other than the gunshot, he didn't hear a single sound of commotion. Miss you. Let's see where it takes us a little bit. There is someone here who wishes to see you. Who is it? A Cadopian embassy staff member by the name of Manny Cochin. What's going on? Detective Bad and Miss Yu's moods just changed all of a sudden. Wait a second. Was it Manny Cochin? I'll be right there. It's nice to see you again, Miss Yu. Why are you here? Oh wow, we actually just get to listen to their entire conversation. Oh no, actually, would you mind stepping outside for a brief chat? Okay. Fine, let's go. Bad. Von Karma. It's been a long time. Anyway, show up. You usually do when the Yadagarsu is involved, and I see this case is no exception. You know Detective Bad, sir? Yes. He's like an old bloodhound that never leaves the scene of a crime. If only he would get a promotion and move on. It's the crime scene where a detective is most useful and effective. Like I don't know that. Moving on though, Bad. The man that I just passed by, was he not the suspect from the KG8 incident? Sounds right. Just what that man doing wandering around here? That Faraday. I can't believe he let such an easy catch get away. Imbecile. Would have proved his guilt in 3 minutes. Von Karma. I think you said enough for now. It's in poor taste to speak like that about the departed. Very well. Back on topic, I'm placing Edgeworth in charge of the investigation. Oh, baby Francesca. What are you, 17? Wait, no, wait. Are you 12? Oh, they don't have her in yet. How about keep placing Francesca, what are you doing here? I'm here for summer vacation. What else? Francesca Von Karma. So she is here on vacation from Germany. She's the daughter of Manfred Van Karma, and a student of his who's also junior to me. You're the one who's junior to me, and don't you forget it. Bar examination? Is she not 12? Y'all are refusing to put this chick in here. Oh, if you're able to pass, then I'll have absolutely no trouble at all. I'll never allow myself to lose to you, never. I should always have to be this competitive. Anyway, Papa, you're really assigning Miles Edgeworth to cover the case. Yes, I am. Why do you ask? Well, you know, I'm close to becoming a prosecutor myself. It's not a whip, it's a riding crop. Oh, that's crazy, and I'm 100% confident that I can do a better job than him. It's just like Francesca. She's no problem bad-mouthing someone right in front of them. Bad, yeah. Why is it both of them? Yeah, like that one of them is an actual kid. Both of them's at least 19. Perfect opportunity for them to work on their prosecutorial skills. Crime scene is not a place for children to be messing around in. I'm the one with the authority over this crime scene, Dad, and I will not tolerate complaining. It's worth for Jessica. Lead this case to 2 of you. Understood, sir. Go take care of the paperwork now. Remember, I'll accept nothing but a perfect report from both of you. Do not disappoint me. I want to get to like the investigation part, and then I'm gonna stop the video. Which I think we're about at. Why does she get to investigate when she's not a prosecutor? Agreed. Because that's his child. Special privileges. Oh, she's 13. What do you mean avoiding the bar association? Or bar examination? She's about to take the bar at 13? It'd be a perfect chance for us to see which of us is truly worthy of Von Karma name. Would it kill you to at least say hello? Long time no see. Very good. Very good. It's gonna be because you became a prosecutor first doesn't mean you can act all proud. Oh my gosh. Are you talking about the past or the future? No, I was out of breath. As I was saying, we shall see which one of us is worthy of the Von Karma name. Crying out loud. I've been reduced to a babysitter. What type of parent lets their 13-year-old child see a murder scene in real life? Looks like Mr. Von Karma was successful in convincing the detectives. That's just like him, he never fails. I thought you were joking about her being like 12. No, she's 19 in the current game. This is 7 years ago. So either she just turned 19 in that last game, so she's got like a January, February, March birthday. She must have a January, February, March birthday. Actually. Just like him, he never fails. I'd appreciate if you could quickly run me through the facts, Detective Bad. You're better off checking things out on your own. Very well. Seems like getting help from Detective Bad will be a most arduous task. Alright, bet. We shall save it here. Alright, so we have officially completed the kidnap turnabout, and we are in turnabout reminiscence. Ho 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 ho. We already saved, so don't save. Okay. Let me think. Do I have any announcements before we head off this one? Actually, no. There's no way they killed each other and fell laying on top of each other like that. Agreed. But that's something to experience tomorrow. Alright, let's see. Do I have any... I don't think I have any announcements. Oh, outside of saying, I don't know if you know this, but you're visible to someone. Even if you feel invisible, know that someone sees you, know that someone loves you, know that someone is rooting for you. Alright, people, like, share, subscribe, comment, and turn on your notification bell so that you can see when I go live. Because with this game, all of the cases actually add up on top of each other. Alright, because YouTube is lagging still, we're going to do the outro twice. Alright. So, any last words before we set up the outro? They were so clearly murdered. Alright, without further ado, let's go. Okay. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for watching. This has been Invisyble playing Ace Attorney Investigation Collections. You all have a wonderful day and goodbye. Alright, everybody, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Invisyble playing Ace Attorney Investigations Collections. You all have a wonderful day and goodbye.